Congo and Rwanda vowed to come up with a draft peace deal by the 2nd of May and refrain from providing military support to armed groups, according to an agreement which was signed in Washington yesterday as part of diplomatic efforts to end violence in the eastern Congo. The agreement reached amid an unprecedented advance by Rwandan-backed M23 rebels in Congo is expected to bring significance to U.S. Public and private investment to the region, which is rich in minerals, including gold, as well as the final text said. The deal raises hopes that the latest cycle of violence in a decades-long conflict rooted in the Rwandan genocide might ease, with both countries hoping to attract significant U.S. investments in minerals. However, previous ceasefire calls have not produced a sustained break in the fighting, but both parties also agreed to look into the joint security coordination mechanism to crack down on armed groups and criminal organizations. And for more on the peace deal, we now speak to international relations consultant Dr. Charles Sinkala, and he joins us now via our telephone lines. Dr. Charles, thank you so much for your time this evening. Perhaps let's start off here. What do you make about the peace deal that has since been signed in Washington between the DRC as well as Rwanda?
Thank you very much for having me, and greetings to the viewers and listeners. It's a step forward as the international community, as well as the people of Africa and the peoples of DRC, has always looked into the process of, finding the mediation and the end to the conflict that has been, has displaced many people in the DRC.
And Dr. Charles, a criticism has also come to the fore where some are saying that, well, this is not a draft peace deal that seeks to bring peace, but rather a minerals deal that has since been signed. What is your take on some of the criticisms there?
Well, it is subjective and as well as objective at the same time. It is hard that Africa, after many years, more than 60 years of independence of Africa, we continue to be dependent on signed peace deals outside the African continent. The question rises that why are we failing to mediate or mitigate any other risk and peace and security that are affecting us within our borders rather than going outside? I haven't seen the agreement which has been signed, but of course, for any agreement that has been called on an occasion of the United States of America, the parties have an interest. Why is the United States of America mediating this peace agreement from Washington instead of from Lusaka, instead of from Johannesburg, instead of from any other part, including Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda, where the two parties and governments are affected? Yes, diplomatic resolution agreements might see some tension between the two countries. Economic cooperation, yes. Security as well can be one of the aspects that can be implemented in terms of canvassing for this conflict and the ceasefire. International support as well is one advantage that can bring about. But there is many disadvantages, especially the sovereignty concerns for both two countries that might feel that they are pressurized to sign the peace agreements in relation of ceding some of their minerals within their regions. And I think United States of America has been on the record of supporting or escalating military support in the Democratic Republic of Congo, which not only reduces the conflicts but exacerbates the conflict within those regions.
And Dr. Charles, I mean, for a number of months now, leading up to this moment, seeing, the draft of this peace deal, what does it say in terms of trying to bring lasting solutions to the eastern DRC? Because this has really taken a major impact, particularly on the SADC region.
Of course, the SADC region has been compromised. And I think this never started yesterday, it never started last week, it never started 5 years ago, but it started in 1961 when Patrice Emery Lumumba was recused and they installed Mobutu Sese Seko Kukumbendo Mwazambanga to preside over the Congo resources. and many other actors has come after that. We cannot forget the United Nations, who's been there for nearly over 60 years or 40 years, to be precise. We can't forget families who has gone there. We can't forget the Bill Clinton Foundation, which is there conversing and harvesting minerals. We can't forget many other organizations in the pretext of the NGOs to combat or to promote peace and security within, especially the Goma region in the eastern part of DRC. Yes, the M23 has been branded as being supported by President Paul Kagame from Rwanda. It is just a piece of a slice in terms of the bigger issues that are happening in Goma and the eastern part of DRC. And to give you a brief, of these conflicts, the residents in the eastern part of Congo, which is endowed, yes, by so much minerals, the gold, the diamond, cobalt, and many others, they feel the citizens in that area, especially the Hutus and the Tutsis, as some of them who crisscross from Rwanda and also are found in DRC. They found that they are not being part and parcel to the tribal civilization where they can, share the resources and share the abundance and the fruits of the minerals. They are being neglected, at an expense of, just displacing them. Many of them who have even been killed, at an expense of bringing the international community, these mining communities, magnet who are there, who are mining those minerals and taking them outside the country without the benefit of the citizen.
All right, Dr. Charles, thank you so much for your time there. That is Dr. Charles Sinkala, International Relations Consultant, just giving us his view when it comes to the news coming in, particularly with that peace deal involving the DRC as well as Rwanda being signed in Washington.